Back here on the Bulldog Insider, we're pleased to be joined now by Frank Pucher, Senior Associate Athletics Director for External Relations. Feel like I need to take another breath to get all that stuff out. Frank, welcome to the show and welcome to the Valley. You moved here about 6 months ago. Let's start there. You came from Southern Utah, where you were the Deputy Director of Athletics. You've also worked at Drake and for Aggie Sports Properties at Utah State. What intrigued you about coming to Fresno State?
It's a great question. I think first and foremost, it was the people. The people here, from Terry Toomey on down, incredible. And then the community, once you start to dig into that and see the history here, the proud athletics history, the Valley support from really Bakersfield to Sacramento. I mean, you have millions of people who deeply care about the Bulldogs and they want this place to be successful. And that was something that truly attracted me as my wife and I looked into this opportunity. That was it. It was people. You want to be around people that want to have success. They want something special to happen. And that's what this place just reeks of from top to bottom.
One of your first big projects at Fresno State is this Pride of the Valley marketing campaign. We all saw the video that was released this week, and there are billboards and lawn signs all over town. What's the goal here? What are you hoping to accomplish with this slogan, Pride of the Valley?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think for us, and you know, it wasn't just me in the last few months. It's been our team for months of research. Our team who's been here. A lot of the folks on my external team went to school at Fresno State, or they're from the Central Valley, so they bring us a special perspective to it. But the more we dug into it, the more we talked to people, it was less about the top level things, you know, in terms of ticket prices or promotions at games or whatever that might be, and more about the overall brand. And that's where we felt we had to get back to. We had to reestablish what Fresno State means, what Fresno State athletics is all about, the people that we serve, what our purpose is here, what our brand truly represents. And that was step one. And for us to do that, we had to reestablish our commitment to the Valley, our commitment to the people that comprise our fan base, what they mean to us, what we hopefully mean to them. We wanted to be a brand that inspires hopes throughout the Valley, whatever small town you may be from, whether you're from Fresno or you're from Reedley or wherever you may be from, we wanted people to look at us and be hopeful and be proud of what we're doing. We want to give back to them as well. So that was step one for us, and that's what this campaign hopefully is all about.
And you and I have talked, people know the Green V, but this is
Absolutely.
Really getting a deeper meaning of the Green V, and we're seeing photos of it all over town.
Absolutely, yeah. I think, for me coming in, and the people who've been here much longer than I have, you know, I want to pay respect to them, but for me coming in, you know, you see the V, you see it on TV, you know what Pat Hill was all about, of course Coach Tedford as well, but you know, kind of to me it was a little bit diluted. You know, we talk about the V, we slap it on our uniforms, but what does it truly mean? What are we truly representing? And that was our number one priority, is to make the Valley proud, to bring a spotlight to this Valley, to bring, you know, resources, both economical from when we host games, to human resources when we recruit student athletes from around the country, around the world to come to the Central Valley. That's what was most important to us, is to put a spotlight on this community and to truly give them something to be proud of.
You mentioned hosting games. I want to ask you about that in a sec, but first, who came up with this idea and how many discussions, opinions, and revisions were implemented before the final product that we now see?
Absolutely. It was a team effort, totally a team effort, and it wasn't just Fresno State Athletics. I want to also definitely mention that our campus partners were involved as well. Campus marketing, our brand strategies and marketing over there, Ashley Illick and her team, have been very, very much involved in this. The good thing about it is we didn't want to create something totally new and totally off script or whatever. A lot of these principles have been around for years. You know, Bulldog Board and Bulldog Bread has been a tradition for years around here. The Pride in the Valley, the Green V, those have been things that people have really looked up to for years around here. We just wanted to kind of reestablish what that meant and reestablish our commitment to that and maybe modernize how we message that commitment. But we didn't want to just come up with something totally new that people were like, well, what's that about? That's not who we are here in the Central Valley. So by and large, it was a team effort. We were all behind it. But really, it was about bringing what we believe our purpose is here and bringing that to the forefront and then just messaging it a little bit differently.
So what is the next step now that the word is out? How do you take this campaign to the next level?
Absolutely. So from here, and we got a lot going on, but from here, you know, again, it was about proudly proclaiming what we're all about and proudly proclaiming who Fresno State Athletics is again, and Fresno State University, to be quite honest. Now that we feel we've done that to some level, now we got to go out the strategies to reinforce that. And we don't want it to just be topical. We don't want it to just be a fleeting fad. We want to genuinely mean when we say we're proud of this Valley, we want to give back to this Valley. So we're going to have campaigns throughout the summer, literally in each of these Valley communities, as many as we could hit at least, where we want to be there. We want to be in their schools. We want to be giving back to their communities. We want to do things that genuinely make them proud and bring value to these people. And then, of course, we're going to do things to hopefully get them interested in coming back to our games, right? But you know, we want to make our games more exciting, more fan-friendly, from food specials that feature different Valley products. The agriculture in this industry in this area is obviously very robust. To more exciting things, to live bands and food festivals, whatever we could do. We want to make our our games really a celebration of what makes this valley truly special, and we feel we're putting some ideas together to accomplish that.
And speaking of Bulldog Stadium, we've got this information on a graphic for everybody. You've got this stadium series where you're really going to focus on agriculture,
That's right.
Ag Fest for all 6 home games, and they're listed on the screen right there between citrus, corn, nuts, cattle, and a 2-part grape deal between the Utah State game and the Nevada games. What can you tell us about this Pride of the Valley Stadium series coming to Bulldog football
and
games?
those 6, fortunately in this valley, there's way more than just those. We had to kind of narrow it down to the 6 that we felt we could bite off this year. We hope to do more than that in the future. But again, people here are very proud. The values of this valley and what we stand for in the agriculture industry, the blue collar work mentality, that's woven in the fabric of what Fresno State's all about and what this valley's all about. So we wanted to just somewhat find ways to highlight that in games this fall. And the food, of course, we all know what that means to this valley and to this country. So if we could highlight that, if we could bring pride to the certain growers and the farmers in this region by doing these specials, we're going to do that. And that's what that's all about, is we're going to find ways to celebrate those industries and celebrate the people that make those industries special.
So school's out now. No on-campus activities now for a couple of months. I think everyone likes the break, but really wants to get back into it. Any upcoming promotions that you can tell us about that we can expect in the fall and beyond?
Yeah, this whole Pride of the Valley campaign, it's not just Pride of Fresno, right? It's Pride of the Valley. We genuinely mean that. So look for us to be valley-wide. We're going to be down south, down up north, whatever it may be, east and west. We're going to try and hit as many of these cities as we could possibly hit. We want to be there. We want to, again, inspire hope. And that means youth, that means children, it means whoever it may be. But we're going to do the best we can to get our brand and our student athletes and our coaches in front of these people throughout the valley. When it goes forward from that, again, the food, that tie-in. We have some special things going on with our entertainment this season at Bulldog Stadium. But I would look for those things. We have a few tricks up our sleeve as well that I don't want to quite mention yet. But by and large, I would just talk about I think it's time that we're all very proud of what's happening here. We have something incredibly special happening here with Fresno State. And again, all of us have something to be proud of. And that's what we're going to highlight going forward.
All right. He's Frank Pucher, Senior Associate Athletics Director for External Relations. The print must be very small on your business cards. Frank, we appreciate the time today. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you.